Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Happy versus Foggy. This game taking place here on Autumn Leaves. 1v1 matchup between perhaps two of the best Western known players, as Foggy is spawning as the blue night elf going up against Happy as the yellow undead. Interesting matchup here, and we'll see if this foretells the future, as Foggy is going to be opening up with an Altar of Elders and an Ancient of War. Off to the north here, we are looking at, well, Altar of Darkness and Crypt, followed by a Ziggurat. Pretty standard openings coming out from both of these players. Now, the hero choices are going to be really defining for what style of play we're seeing. We've been seeing a lot of Death Knight coming in from Happy. No big surprises there. We have been seeing a lot of Keeper of the Grove, followed by Demon Hunter from some of the Night Elf players, and we'll see if Foggy tries and go in that direction, or perhaps goes for Panda for Breath of Fire, and what other tactics he can try and bring out of the gate. Foggy is going to be opening up with that Keeper of the Grove. Meanwhile, we are looking at a Death Knight coming in from Happy. Now, as things get well situated and underway, both sides are just going to be scouting each other out and trying to decide what type of game plan that they are going for. This was, a ladder matchup, and in ladder matchups, you generally try to, it's been so long since I've actually played a ladder. You generally don't have that much time to prepare to go up against your opponent. You, even with names like Happy and Foggy, and you know each other very, very well. You know the style of play. You know the strategies. You really don't have a well-determined, complete, thought-out plan for this type of engagement. We are looking at an Acolyte actually absorbing quite a bit of damage, doing a little bit of help for Foggy, as the Forest Troll Trappers, the Forest Trolls together are not really engaging against those other units. Keeper of the Grove was actually able to try and finish things off. There goes one wolf there. Death Knight is out on the other side of the map, is also bringing in 3 ghouls, should be bringing in the Rod of Necromancy and going after this 4-3-2 creep camp as well. Ancient of War, I would have thought, would have tried to eat a tree before rooting itself. We'll see if that low hit point Ancient of War comes back to haunt Foggy here, as oftentimes that Ancient of War, if it is low on hit points, is the only sign of production units coming in for Night Elf players, and can easily be surrounded and have pressure applied, well, in a very uncomfortable way. Skeletal Minion School is now making their way down here. Ancient of War still not regenerating any hit points over here, as we're looking at the Forest Troll Trapper about to be taken down. Off to the north, we're still looking at, well, Sasquatch, Forest Troll Berserkers, Forest Troll Trappers gonna get cleared up here. Death Knight will get up to level 2. He does also have a Circlet of Nobility, so a little bit of better stats out of the gate as well. As Foggy trains up more archers, we're looking at a tech to tier 2 on both sides of the map, as both sides want to get into that higher tier tech. And, well, Undead obviously wants to go into tier 3. That seems to be the overall conforming strategy. I know in years past, Ted was able to bring about tier 2 Undead play and do a little bit of a timing push that caught a lot of players off guard. But with the Orb of Corruption being as powerful as it is, and, well, players often now knowing how to deal with that tier 2 timing push, Undead players have really gone back to tier 3 again. Now, as things are getting underway, just realized was really keeping track of that Ancient of War. So the Ancient of Wars also only generate hit points at night, similar to all of the other Night Elf units here. So that's something to keep, keep account of and keep track of, as that Ancient of War now regenerating hit points slowly but surely because of Nightfall. Coming back around, we are still seeing the Hunter's Hall now being placed down. We should be looking at dual Ancients of Lore, and now we need to see the count of these Crypt Fiends. The 2 players, surprisingly, Happy has not really ventured forth with that Death Knight, as I expected him to. Quick, Staff of Teleportation to retreat back home. Or not retreat back home, retreat back to that frontline location, or perhaps actually advance, as we're looking at the archers here trying to finish off that skeletal minion. However, the skeletal minion did spot that tree of life, and you know that Happy is going to be bringing in a couple of friends to try to make sure that that one expansion it does not really start to pay for itself. Now the follow-up question here is, are we going to be looking at the Death Knight picking up a Naga Sea Witch or Dark Ranger from the tavern instead of just going straight for that Lich? He is wanting to put pressure on that Tree of Life early on and make it shut down. So the timing does allow for that, as we are already looking at a very fast tech to tier 3. There goes an Acolyte now, and we are building an Ancient of Wonders in between the two bases to give a little bit more of a home field advantage. Ancient of War off to the north, absorbing a little bit of damage, or well, recovering a little bit of damage as well. Death Knight once more trying to retreat back. He does have level 1 Unholy Aura and is now attempting to get away. Skeletal Minion has scouted out that Tree of Life, but not much is going to happen from there, as the Ancient of War is still slowly on the move, wandering around, as we are now, while still training up a couple more Wisps and getting those dual Ancients of Lore that I mentioned earlier. Altar of Darkness halfway done on that Lich. Tech to tier 2, or tier 3, excuse me, about a third of the way done. So that Lich will be coming out and grabbing that Orb of Corruption fairly quickly. Not immediately, but fairly quickly there. Down to the south, we are now looking at, well, a couple of Wisps and Skeletal Minions playing a game of, well, a hide in the mine. And the archers are just going to be able to finish off that Skeletal Minion there as well. Back off to the north, Foggy looking to get this expansion up and running to start paying for itself. Meanwhile, we are already going into those 8 Dryads to try, and Demon Hunter as that second hero. So Demon Hunter as the second hero, Demon Hunter should be creeping alongside all of those archers, as the Keeper of the Grove is maxed out on mana and will want to try and put pressure on those heroes now. Now, interestingly enough, there is making sure that there is a giant lake behind the base there to try and prevent any sort of tree tactic play that has been so common on some of those other maps. Demon Hunter could try and get in some mana burns. Demon Hunter wants to level up if possible. Keeper of the Grove going to have a little bit of a difficult time trying to put in all of that pressure, as the army of Foggy just is not really large enough to try and hold off the pressure coming in from the Death Knight and this Lich. Alright, engagement could be getting underway. Ancient of War gets in a free attack onto some of these units here. Demon Hunter now going to try to dive on in. Death Coil, Frost Nova straight up already. Keeper of the Grove, mana burn onto that Lich. Lich is currently low on mana, does have an Obsidian statue here, as the armies are going to try and engage and work together. Demon Hunter going to pick up some Gloves of Haste, trying to clear up some of these creep camps as well. There's another charge of 1 of Mana Stealing. There is another Death Coil, Frost Nova, as the Demon Hunter gets staffed of Preservation back home. Dryad now going to be in a little bit of trouble. Is the Death Knight going to get the experience? Yes, he does. The Lightning Shield doesn't finish off the target there, as the units are still wandering around. Alright, the additional Death Coil is finding archers everywhere on the map. A beautiful play coming across from Happy, as Foggy now tries to retreat back as well. Demon Hunter is now back ready for action, and even with the plus hit points, plus 5 strength, that bonus 125 hit points, the Demon Hunter was still blasted down relatively quickly. Demon Hunter wants to get to level 2, but I'm sure the Death Knight and the Lich both have plans otherwise, as the Demon Hunter gets another Frost Nova. There goes a mana burn onto the Obsidian statue. Demon Hunter continuing to try and put pressure onto some of those lower hit, or onto that Obsidian statue there. Obsidian statue down to 56 hit points. Is it going to get saved once more? Yes, it is. Foggy now trying to retreat back, as Foggy retreats back with the Keeper of the Grove archers and Dryads. This is going to open things up for the Lich to get to level 2 as well. Demon Hunter comes back, rebounds, is going to need to drink some Moonwell juice and now make its way back off to the north. No Moonstone being used, and we should also be looking at perhaps Moonstone being used, and perhaps also using the upgraded Moonwells to try and have more hit points for those, or more mana for that Demon Hunter. Alright, in comes the units here. Death Knight now trying to push on through. Naga Sea Witch coming across as well. Lich is coming down across here. A lot of pressure being placed between these two here, as the Destroyer devouring some magic once again. Demon Hunter going to try and come in from the other side here, once more being retreated back, as the Destroyer living up to its name, able to devour all of that, well, all of that magic there. Continuing to attack and engage here. Naga Seawitch just using those cold arrows to try and pick off any units that are caught out of position, and the Demon Hunter just having a bad day overall, forced to stay at level 1, and until that Demon Hunter really gets to level 3, is not going to be able to shut down this 3-2-1 combination. Simply too many heroes out here on the battlefield, as Ancient Protectors are now down, getting into position. Foggy has the larger army, fighting with the Moonwell advantage, but still unable to hold off this attack very, very consistently, as the units are now retreating back once more. All right, back off to the north here, Moonwell, and this Entangled Goldmine could be in trouble once more. Demon Hunter going to try to dive on in. Perhaps some more mana burns are going to be in store. That Moonwell does represent a good amount of hit points. There's another mana burn right there. Moonwell completely dry again, as the Treants are now making their way over, but they're just going to be devoured once more, giving hit points and mana to those destroyers. Dryads, however, able to poke or pick a little bit of damage onto the destroyer as well. Dryads now trying to figure out how to slow down some of those units as more repairs are still underway. Ancient Protector was moved from the forward position. We're looking at Happy still with 53 supply compared to 69. The economic advantage of Foggy should be able to hold out here, but if all it takes is one hero to fall, both sides continuing to battle it back and forth here. Dryads now getting destroyed here, as the Demon Hunter is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Force the staff preservation back once more. Keeper of the Grove continuing to engage again. Demon Hunter needs to heal back up. Dryads are going to slowly get picked apart here. There goes another level 4 now on that Death Knight. Level 2 Unholy Aura. Demon Hunter wants to get back into this engagement, but is unable to. And since the Demon Hunter has been held in check and unable to gain a lot of experience, well, things have just been an uphill battle for him. 44 supply compared to 57. Foggy now coming back around. He still does have the supply advantage, as we are looking at the level 4 Keeper of the Grove trying to retreat back. Demon Hunter down to 74 hit points. Could buy a potion of healing, does buy a potion of healing, and is now going to try to go after some of these other units as well. This could be a very bad day. There goes the 15. There's a Staff of Preservation again. But are the trades efficient, as the Lich is now up to level 3? Level 4, level 2, going up against a level 4, level 3, level 2. Even though the heroes are all low on mana, Obsidian Statue now, well, still cranking out quite a bit of mana for all of these heroes here. Coming back down to the south, Destroyers now making their way back around again. Lich with plenty of mana. Death Knight, Naga Seawitch, all with plenty of mana as well, as Meat Wagons will be joining in on the fight. 48 supply compared to 50. And, well, Happy was able to trade very, very efficiently, and now holding the supply advantage. 30 supply army compared to 45. Meanwhile, down to the south here, Keeper of the Grove, well, trying to back away. Where is that Demon Hunter? So Demon Hunter now down here, trying to get to, well, that next level, going to be picking up some additional healing items and moving forward. But Happy does have the level advantage, or, well, severely holding on to the level advantage and a slight army size advantage. 48 supply compared to 57. Especially more considering the amount of workers that Foggy has, 18 compared to 5. Okay, the ghouls once more coming off the lumber line in for an all-in type of push. Demon Hunter trying to get up to level 3. The Keeper of the Grove going to try to get to level 4 here. What item was dropped there for the Keeper of the Grove? Can't quite tell. Or, well, there is a Pure Up of Vitality, as the Granite Golem gives level 3 there. All right, Claws of Attack plus 12. Demon Hunter now with big damage indeed. Scroll of Town Portal to try and, well, teleport back over here to the main base. Going to be coming down into the south here. There's a little bit more heals. Perhaps using some Scrolls of Healing and getting some Potions of Healing as well for this upcoming fight. Ancient of Wonders low on, or 2 Ancient of Wonders right next to each other to make sure that the item that they want is available, as the Wisp are now coming out across here. Keeper of the Grove in a lot of trouble, already taking a Fork Lightning, Death Coil, Frost Nova, Mana Burn onto the Death Knight. Death Knight taking a 100-point Mana Burn here. Is this going to be enough for this engagement here? Destroyer now continuing to engage against the solo Archer. Death Coil, Frost Nova, beautiful Staff of Preservation at the last moment, as the Demon Hunter still holds on to a Potion of Invulnerability, trying to go after these units. 52 supply compared to 59. Mana Burn onto the Death Knight. Now, a Demon Hunter continuing to try and slice and dice through all of these units here, but the Disease Cloud starting to really take a toll on all of these Dryad units. Demon Hunter could try and Mana Burn down some more of these Obsidian statues, as this is turning into a war of attrition. 59 supply compared to 55. Demon Hunter in a bit of trouble. Staff of Preservation saves again, as the Keeper of the Grove fighting back the other way, trying to take down some of these units. Dryad's now trying to finish off that meat wagon. One or two more shots should do it. Or, well, still needing a little bit more, finally getting taken down, but at what cost? 46 supply compared to 52. The expansion is still up and operational, but for how much longer, as the units need to regroup? All right, Demon Hunter now going to try to push on in once more. Dual Destroyer should able to easily devour magic off of those units. There you go. There's a Fork Lightning going down. Dryad still taking damage over time, and that is going to be the game. Happy able to close out over Foggy, even though the amount of gold mined by both teams, significant advantage for Foggy. Strong play. Happy able to, however, overcome the larger army with some impeccable micro and some superb map sense, even getting some long distance death coils onto some of those units. In addition, those obsidian statues supporting, allowing the demon hunt, or allowing the death knight, lich, and that Naga Sea Witch to continually cast their spells right straight out of the gates for, well, just a big hit point advantage. Even with the Demon Hunter mana burning down, the multiple heroes, the Obsidian statues able to replenish, some solid play by Foggy with Staff of Preservation, but still, that was not enough to overcome. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.